Welcome to Investors Insight, where this week's topic is the next 8 days. I want to first invite everybody to an event that we're hosting, a virtual event that we're hosting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. We're hosting Jeff Bush with the Washington Update, who will be giving us a very timely and informative update on the election, not only on the election, but also the impact on policy. So if you'd like to join us for a great event, please reach out to us and we'll be able to send you the Zoom information. So the next 8 days, let's talk about this. A lot going on the next 8 days until the election. Really, very busy week in terms of economic reports and earnings, and it's really going to shape the momentum as we head into what's going to be a very impactful election. So, today on Monday, we've got home sales report. Tomorrow on Tuesday, we've got consumer confidence. And then on Thursday, we're expecting a very big GDP report. We could see GDP grow over 30% for the third quarter. Then also we've got 186 S&P 500 companies reporting earnings. So there is a lot going on in addition to all the politics. So, but Adam, talk about the technicals and talk about, more importantly, where our indicator, the S&P 500, the 90 days heading into the election, where we stand on that indicator with the S&P 500.
Yep, absolutely. And you heard Bobby talk about a lot of these fundamentals. So let's break it down on a technical level. So on August 2nd, which was 90 days out from the election, the S&P 500 closed at 3294. You've heard Trey talk about this a lot in these vlogs, and kind of what we're looking at, whether the incumbent party will keep the seat. Historically, this has happened all the way since 1984, even beyond that with a few exceptions. Friday's close came in at 3465, and now we have a resistance level of 3590 with a support level of 3330. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you, but these numbers are very important over the next week leading into the election to see how these trends are going to continue and the volatility around it. We saw last Thursday the market fall below an August 7th level and finish 0.5% up. So we're seeing a lot of volatility happen inside the markets. And it's going to be very important to keep an eye on the S&P 500 over the next couple of days.
Yeah, so much going on there with technicals. And then Trey, I mentioned earlier, we got 186 S&P 500 companies reporting earnings. Very important week on the earnings front. Talk about that.
Yeah, so earnings are important because that shows the fundamental value of the market. The S&P 500 is the 500 largest publicly traded companies, and so that's one of the indexes that we watch very closely, not just for a price level, which Adam quotes, but also a fundamental and value level. We saw a big deterioration in earnings during the COVID crisis, and so how are we coming out of that is what's very important. And why the next 8 days is so important from an earnings standpoint isn't just the quantity, but the quality of companies that are reporting. There are 5 companies, the 5 largest companies are reporting over the next 8 days, and they accounted for 25% of the entire S&P 500's net income in the last quarter. So how these companies do, and not only how they do in this quarter, but how they project forward, will have an enormous impact on the valuation of the total market. Is the market expensive based on earnings and fundamentals? Is the market cheap? These companies that report will help dictate that and could give us a good boost into the future quarters, or could put a ceiling on valuation. If their earnings do not grow or if they disappoint, that could put a ceiling and that could drive the market lower. Which again could be indicative of what may happen in the election. There's a lot of ins and outs that will come out of the next 8 days that really kind of may give us momentum into the fourth quarter as we push into November, or could be a headwind and push the market lower. So really a lot of factors, not just the election, but a lot of big fundamental and economic factors in the next few days could tell the sign of where we're going to end the year.
Yeah, and without another stimulus from Congress, we really need earnings to come in very strong here. So, but yes, a lot going on this week. Again, with so much going on, please call us. We're here to answer any questions you might have. And again, we'd love to have you join us tomorrow for the Jeff Bush event. Thanks. Have a great week. Call us if you need us. Thanks.